Good morning, everyone. Wanted to touch on this topic. I had something pushed up to me from one of our customers. One of the ways that we add value to them is to be able to go through different things that they're being presented by commercials. And he sent me over a averaging contract idea from a processor. And I think it's really important to understand that there's a lot of different nuances to these contracts. And this is by no means an indictment against an averaging contract, but it's important to know what you're getting into, whether is this something that's going to help me with my marketing, or is this something that is purely an originations tool? And there's a few items on those contracts that will help you discern whether or not it's A or B. And in this particular contract, it was, when you look at every commercial offers some sort of averaging contract. And I'm just going to go through a couple line items that you should be aware of. You know, we're at a point where some people are probably frustrated, maybe a little beat up with the market, and they tend to be kind of low-hanging fruit for these types of programs where the producer goes, you know what, I can't do any worse than the average. I need to give some of this up. I'm going to take this off and make myself feel like I'm getting something done, and it's not going to be, you know, selling the low. But a couple of things that you want to look at on those averaging contracts, which are very simple. Over a time frame, they're going to average every day on the close and eventually give you an HTA or a cash contract at the end. So the first thing is, obviously, you want to know what it's going to cost. There's a pretty large discrepancy on these. You know, I've seen them anywhere from 2 to 5 cents. So you want to know what the cost is. The next thing is the time frame. Is it a fixed time frame, or is it customizable? And I'm not going to say one is better than the other because they're purely an averaging tool, but you may be looking to do something over a particular time frame for a reason. So, you know, be concerned about that. Can I do it in the time frame that I like? Is it something that I'm working on with maybe crop insurance related, or seasonal, or whatever that may be, or your logistics plan? So you want to know what the time frame is, and ideally you'd like to be one that's customizable. The next thing is flexibility with that contract. And there's a couple line items there with flexibility you should be aware of. If it's an origination tool and you enroll and they're going to make you set basis when you enroll, that's probably an origination tool, right? This one in particular had posted basis when you enroll. In the East, that could be basis could go down, but you like having that flexibility component when it comes to that. The next one is destination flexibility. You know, can I go to different places? And if it's setting the basis at processor A, you're giving up that flexibility and you're accepting posted basis. And last but not least, and I think that is a really important component of the averaging tools, is does it have a price out option? And what I mean when I say this is, am I just taking the average no matter what? Or hypothetically speaking, if we were to shoot higher and you had an opportunity to price the balance out at a much higher price, can you do that? Or you see something that thinks, I need to get out of this and I need to price it because whatever it may be, right? We all know that there's different things that can move the market that can be clear signals at times. But I think having that price out component is a critical piece of getting into an averaging tool.